Alright, my lovers, I'm MJ. I'm going to do a little Crimbo read for you guys, a little holiday season. I hope that you're all not watching TV and not buying any stuff and just loving the people in your life and loving the world, praying for peace and all that jazz. I mean, God, for such a long time, I think in that awakening space, there's a real profound sense of like, what is this world and why are we just working like slaves to just buy some stuff? And then increasingly I'm like, isn't it funny that we're born into a world where we legit are just programmed and trained to feed a kind of systematic power that pretends to own everything? You got to pay for clean water, you got to pay for clean air, you got to pay for decent food, we all have to pay just to exist here. I'm like, something's... And then those very few that claim to own all this stuff, they get to oppress everybody else. I'm pretty sure these energies have been in dictum or in sort of tyrannical rule for probably thousands of years. So power to the people. That's my mish with ultra love. Hella hella. I love you all. And we'll see. Oh, look, 420. Good morning. So this nice cards. 10 of Cups. Lovely. And you have a 9 and a 10. I mean, you have a 9 and a 1. That equals 10 of Pentacle. Maybe like there's one missing piece here. Or you're like, maybe part of it is making money and then using that money to invest in the family or invest in the world around you. You might be investing in your community. A hermit mode. Some of you do have that maybe like spiritual essence, a benevolent grace. I'm looking over at 10 of Swords. I forgot to put that back, but the 10 of Swords also come through here. Major arcanas are popping out everywhere too, you guys. So I'm thinking there could be patient because I'm seeing this upgrade happening, but it's maybe coming from external bodies. So maybe you're doing something and you're being headhunted for the work you're doing, or there's something that you've been waiting for as far as like being granted the thing. There it is. You're like, it's going to arrive in the post, or you're going to get that letter, and that will liberate you to make a move in whatever direction you desire. I would say be patient with it though, because you might be a little bit tired. Plus, we're in this holiday season, and I work a lot with people, and last few months people get increasingly ill, cold and things like that. And partly I think it's because we just don't live seasonally. We try to live like machines around the clock, just work, and rest is guilty, and or has to be sort of drug fueled or booze fueled or something. And just genuine loving noodly rest is seemingly a challenge for a lot of us, right? Like just taking time out. And like, I think part of that is this survival mode reptilian brain or like, regardless of how much you have or how much any group of people have, there often is the case, there's still this very profound fear. In a sense, the more we have, the more we can lose, right? Or if there's a sense of falsity in the power structure. And that's a big part of my understanding of astrology and how we interpret different astrological planets and transits in our personal chart and in the world. And they mean something. And when you look at the chart, it's profound, really, to see, like, for me personally, when I backtrack, I can see Pluto transiting over my ascendant and then my south node, and those were critically transformational times in my life where, I would never be able to go back. I'd never be able to go back to who I was, right? Some painful, yeah. Ego death, hella yeah. Dark night, many. But there again is the survival and or the regenesis of our beingness, right? As spirit, as these beings, they get to have this really cool earth experience, as dynamic and deeply troubling as it might be sometimes. There's hope because we exist, you know. There. Ooh, ah, ooh, break through. You got to break free. That was awful, really out of tune. You've got to break free. There's a song. Tell me what it is, my lovers. Tell me what it is. Hanged Man, coming out of Hanged Man. I do get a sense that for some of you, it's like while you're busy focusing on this thing happens, and then bosh, breakthrough, commitment to a higher level, and or receiving good news. This could be something to do with legalities as well. Receiving good news from maybe a legal battle. And yeah, okay, say there's this new world and maybe you and your partner have had an amicable ending, but now there's a sense of like, but you got to pay alimony, you got to pay child support, you got to do this, that, and the other. It's like, bah. But then, again, good, positive outcomes all around. For some of you, I'm getting this message of like, don't be ashamed to look after yourself. Don't be ashamed to like adorn yourself a little bit. You're worth it because you're worth it, you guys. Yeah, that adornment energy is coming through quite powerful. There's like something about intuitively, you guys probably know there's some good things happening. I'm just looking at the screen going, I just did the Scorpio reading for January 2024, so feel free to check out the Patreon community. They always get ad-free first access. Okay, you guys are definitely heading for a breakthrough, and this energy is like also, you're very protected. Just make sure you listen to that intuition. Some of you, you're it's almost like investing everything you have to have a super duper joyful life, or you're gonna get a windfall, bit of a kickback financially, maybe passive income, something like this that is gonna allow you to pour those resources into creating the most beautiful, joyful, peaceful, grounded, stable. Some of you it's family, but for some of you it's bigger than that. It's the world. It's like, yes, your intimate family, you're going to look after them, but there's something about your example that can shine into the world. Just take all the time you need. Don't feel pressured or forced, and be patient, because again, there's good news coming in from higher ups. It could be a legal battle. It could be waiting for documents, stuff like that. Just having to wait. And then the verdict, the message, the letter, whatever comes through. And it's like, bosh, breakthrough. You're going to break on through to the other side. I, one, rarely know lyrics to songs. Two, if I do, they are often not sung very grandly, but who cares? It's from the heart. So what up, my lovers? Have a wonderful, happy holiday. I'm, giving the peace sign, because the ultimate prayer for peace on this planet, high revolutionary systems that support, ideally, all of us to live here in harmony, having access to all of the basic needs with ease, because that's a truth, and being able to share and releasing a lot of our kind of vanity constructs of power that would have power outside of us rather than intrinsic in the connectivity in our heart of love, We all get to live here. Living in harmony to me is much nicer, obviously. So let's heal and love and endeavor to make the world a better place for you and for me, for the entire human race, with love. Happy holes. Okay, I'll see you guys real soon. Take care.